I'm back with another one and another one. Don't be tempting me with a good time. Okay, hold on real quick. Spirit, tell me about Brad. Okay, hello collective. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Patience. I am your psychic intuitive, a medium, host of Spirit News on Spotify, where me and my very own spirit team, the Guild of the Golden Triangle, teach you about your non-physicalness. Here on YouTube, we do psychic collective detective reads for psychic development. My spirit guides are teaching me in real time how to develop it, and I am having the best time with them. I love them so much. I just would just squeeze their cheeks if they had some. And then on we do have other socials if you want to go follow them. They're all in the description bar. We got a TikTok and Instagram. That's it. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Those are our 3 things. So if you love us, you want to give us some support, you want to show Spirit some love, have a relationship with them, this is a great place to start. You can go over there by following those so you get information about how to integrate your non-physicalness with modern day society. Okay, but now we're doing a Spirit Speaks. I'm banging them out, baby. I'm having so much fun. Ever since I stopped smoking weed, I used to smoke a little more weed when I was with my ex-husband because he's just stressed me out. I just 1:11 on the clock. I just needed a run. I just needed to run away, I guess, from his issues. But now that I'm free and I just don't need it. I don't need anything. I got the Holy Spirit in me. I'm high off the Holy Spirit. And so I feel really good. I got more energy and it feels really nice to be free of anything outside of myself. All I need is what's inside of myself. And the same for you. We teach you this on Spirit News, okay? My hair is fantastical, by the way. Be your own cheerleader, you guys. Be your own cheerleader. So we got Saw next to you, Brad. Mark the spot. He is here. Now, I did something a little different. I tried to see what kind of images were coming to me, and I don't know if they're going to be true, but I'm going to save them for the data and see what comes up. So I saw someone looking through bushes, spying, looking at a couple through the bushes. One of the people, the girl, it was a man and a woman as a couple. Medium? Well, I'm seeing the woman have red hair or something. Reddish hair. Reddish brown hair. And Brad is looking, a tall man is looking through the bushes, spying on a couple through the bushes. And I want to say they were having sex. They could have possibly been having sex. And so this Brad person blackmailed them or used seeing them having sex as some kind of leverage. Patience. My name is Patience. Spirit said your name, Patience. Okay. Let's do the Bible. So I got a song, I got a Bible verse, I got a dream, and then we'll get into it. So I opened the Bible. I said, tell me about Brad. Tell me about Brad, Spirit. And I opened it to Wisdom 17. 4th example, darkness afflicts the Egyptians. Okay. For great are your judgments and hard to describe. Therefore, the unruly souls went astray. For when the lawless thought to enslave the holy nation, they themselves lay shackled with darkness, fettered by the long night, confined beneath their own roofs as exiles from the eternal providence. And I live in Providence, Rhode Island, you guys. That's funny. For they who supposed their secret sins were hid Under the dark veil of oblivion, they thought their secret sins were hidden. Nothing's hidden, you guys. Nothing. I don't know why these people forgot this. Under the dark veil of oblivion were scattered and fearful, trembling, terrified by apparitions. Is this person being haunted by God? For not even their inner chambers kept them unafraid, for crashing sounds on all sides terrified them, and mute phantoms with somber looks appeared. This person's being haunted by God because their so unruly souls went astray. They themselves lay shackled with darkness, fettered by long night. No fire had force enough to give light, nor did the flaming brilliance of the stars succeed in lighting up that gloomy night, but only intermittent, fearful fires flashed through upon them, and in their terror they Spirit said seen, but it's Sean. It's Sean. You know what? They say Sean a lot. Let me do that.
Charles.
Oh, jeez. Charles, Sean. And in their terror they thought beholding these was worse. Fearful fires flashed upon them, and in their terror they thought beholding these was worse than the times when that sight was no longer to be seen. And mockeries of their magic art failed. This person performs magic. Mockeries of their magic art failed, and there was a humiliating refutation of their vaunted shrewdness. For they who undertook to banish fears and terrors from the sick soul, themselves sickened with ridiculous fear. For even though no monstrous thing frightened them, they shook at the passing of insects and hissing reptiles, and perished trembling, and perished, reluctant to face even the air that they could nowhere escape. For wickedness of its nature cowardly testifies in its own condemnation. Because this person was doing magic, it's harvest season for closing out cycles, and a new cycle is about to begin. This person is getting the wickedness that their magic art used to give them but has failed them now. They're being humiliated and they're being condemned. They're experiencing a haunting by the devil, probably. For wickedness of its nature cowardly testifies in its own condemnation, and because of a distressed conscience always magnifies misfortunes, because of their guilt and their shame. For fear is not but the surrender of the helps that come from reason, and the more one's expectation is of its uncertain, and the more one's expectation is of itself uncertain. This person's guilt and shame of doing evil acts with magic, is finally catching up with them. They're actually experiencing their own manifestations of fear because they don't know about manifestation. They're so wrecked with fear
I have to leave now.
that, maybe the devil came a couple times, but now they've seen the devil, so it's like, or it's God. I mean, devil is God, or not, you know what I'm saying? Devil is made by God. The more one makes of not knowing the cause that brings on torment. They're not equating their magic to what they're experiencing. They don't, oh my gosh, how could they not put the two together? Hey, Jenny, thanks for being here. Oh, I'm so glad you came to hear the beginning so you don't miss it. So they, during that night, powerless though it was, since it had come upon them from the recesses of a powerless Hades, the devil, while all sleeping the same sleep, were partly smitten by fearsome apparitions and partly stricken by their soul's surrender. Marxism. What's Marxism? Hold please, I gotta check. I don't know what Marxism is. Marxism. Marxism is a social, economic, or political philosophy that analyzes the impact of the ruling class on the laborers, leading to uneven distribution of wealth and privileges in society. This is like a rich elite. This is a rich elite person. It's like communism. Hello, everybody. I'm doing another one. I'm on a roll. This person spies on their neighbors, and they saw their neighbors. I think they saw their neighbors cheating on their spouse, and they decided to blackmail them or leverage something against them. I'm not sure about that part yet. That's just a vision I got. But according to this Bible passage that I opened up to, that Spirit gave me, darkness afflicts the Egyptians. This person's being haunted, it says, from mockeries of their magic art. Mockeries of their magic art. The Egyptian magicians who were successful at first and then failed are now powerless against the darkness and the phantoms and are totally discredited. Powerless Hades, the netherworld, is often portrayed in the Old Testament as a hostile power, since all must die, but it has no power against God. Investigate. Let's do it. Investigation open. Okay, I opened it to the dream book too. So let's see what it says about Brad and his disaster. So this person must be their past life, they must have been an Egyptian priest, because they're still doing the same cycles since they were an Egyptian priest doing magic art of Hades. So I opened it to humans and universal dreams, and it says strangers. Many of the characters in dreams are simply background strangers, a reflection of walking life, where we are frequently surrounded by people we don't know and with whom we have no wish to be acquainted. A dream of being threatened by strangers is a different matter, however. Yeah, because he was staring at these people through the bushes. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, Spirit, but that's what I saw. He was staring at strangers through the bushes. Did you feel threatened? I knew it. Did you feel threatened? Have you experienced a threatening stranger, a mugging, robbery, or stalking, for example, in your waking life? If so, you may be still suffering from it, and it might be wise to seek counseling. This person's being attacked by apparitions and by the devil because of the magic. And this says celebrities. Dreaming of meeting a celebrity isn't that unusual these days, when so much personal information is available and is most often nothing more than fantasy fulfillment. Most of us have our favorite actor, singer, or writer, and it's very enjoyable to imagine spending time with them, as long as you don't expect the dream to come true. What does the person mean to you? What do they represent? Sex appeal, wealth, fame, adulation? Do you feel that being close to the individual means that some of their attraction might rub off on you? Alternatively, if you're actually met with the person in the dream, it's more likely to be a happy memory. Did you learn anything from the encounter? Some way of dealing with happenings in your waking life. It goes from strangers to celebrities. Maybe this person learned magic from a celebrity? But just because they're a celebrity doesn't mean that you know them. They're still a stranger. I think a celebrity might have told this person how to do magic for fantasy fulfillment. And then that's how they were getting their money. And And I saw them blackmailing this person. Oh, let's read our meme card. When you find out that bees are dying at an alarming rate. When you find out bees are dying at an alarming rate. Yeah, because this person needs people to perform magic for them or something. Something like that. Let's get into it. Where to first? Let's do these. Okay, Spirit, thank you so much for being with us. I'm so excited. I love being with you. You're fantastical. I'm so grateful to be with you. Please tell us more. Tell us more about Brad. We know he's a wealthy elite person. We know he may have learned magic from a celebrity. And we know that he's blackmailing strangers to perhaps continue magic. What did you say when your neighbor asked for their tools back for that you've had for years? I knew it. This person's a neighbor. I saw them looking through the bushes at the neighbors. I'm really psychic. It just surprises me every time. Okay, so we know that they're the neighbor. They saw the neighbor cheating on their spouse with someone. Write a fortune cookie. They thought that this would be a great opportunity to blackmail them to gain some kind of leverage over them for more fortune, because every time they do magic, they must do like a money spell or something. What's that smell? What's that smell? This person has a body of water in their backyard. Spirit, tell me if I'm seeing it wrong. This person has a body of water in their backyard that has an odor coming out of it. Or something like that. Something about their backyard smelling bad. Maybe they do like magic rituals in the backyard or something. Explain why the cow jumped over the moon. Yeah, so this person...
Unlikely.
Okay. Explain why the cow jumped over the moon. Okay, well, if it's not that, then they had like some...
College. Corpse.
This person could usually target college kids to be their targets, and they could possibly explain why the cow jumped over the moon, have a really good explanation to get them to come to where they need them to be, to do whatever it is they're doing. But this was like almost like they viewed this opportunity as like a fortune cookie, like something that fell into their lap or something. Like, oh, I just caught the neighbor cheating on their spouse with the mistress. I can use this. This is I could use this as leverage to have them do something. Write the instructions on how to use a microwave. So he was like, okay. News agents. So the person caught them having an affair, and then the person having an affair was trying to explain how the cow jumped over the moon, and the neighbor was like, okay, the neighbor was like, well, there's a way we could work this out for everyone. Why don't you just do this favor for me? I need your help to do something. I need you to write here. Let me write it down. Let me write down how to do it. And I just need you to do this for me. And it was probably some like magical ritual that they need them to participate in willingly. because that's how magic works. You have to be a willing participant for it to work. And it was really to benefit them. You're writing a book, and what is it about? Maybe they gave them a book and showed them a certain spell in it. Why didn't you get into college? The person cheating was so good at doing it. They're really good at doing it. Or this person could be a teacher or something. They're good at teaching it, or maybe the person picked it up really easily. Something like that. Explain TikToks to someone who's never used it. Under explain why the cow jumped over the moon. So this neighbor that got caught cheating looked at this person like some kind of authority, like someone who was educated and went to college and was successful. And so they didn't question how they were explaining how to use TikTok or how the cow jumped over the moon. Because they trusted them. They thought they could trust them. Wow. Just because someone went to college doesn't mean you can trust them. There's people who didn't go to college who are more trustworthy than this person. And people didn't always go to college all throughout history. It didn't make them bad people. People think going to college is like the end all be all. And look, how would you survive a zombie apocalypse? And they're all zombies. So it's like, you can't trust someone just because they're rich. Oh, they trusted him because they're rich. How would you survive a zombie apocalypse? What did you say when your neighbor asked for the tools back that you've had for years? So this happened years ago, and then I'm just going to say it for the data. This happened years ago, and the neighbor who was cheating may have wrote down the instructions on something on a piece of paper because they got it out of a book. And they may have taught other people how to do it and like spread it like a zombie virus and had other people doing it, almost to the point where it's like people are zombies now from doing magic. And they're going through what Brad's going through, where God is, or the devil is coming to them in apparitions and haunting them. How would you survive a zombie apocalypse? There's a bunch of people in the collective who are uneducated about energy doing magic, and it's harvest season at the end of a cycle. So everybody is like going through a horrible time right now. And that's in this collective, that's associated with this collective. Convince a cop you were speeding for a good reason. Even spreading it to cops. Jacqueline? Even giving the recipe to cops. Why would write a jingle for a store that's no longer around? People are losing their jobs. They're losing their shops if they own businesses, their stores. Explain to your friend what your favorite food is.
Warm.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. I see people like binge eating. Like people are so stressed that they're like binge eating, they're being overindulgent, or it looks that way. The way that these people are eating, they're like They're like out of breath eating. What does that mean? Overindulgent gluttony. They had some kind of gluttony with something. They overindulged in something. Explain to your parents you're dropping out of school. There's people dropping like flies, man. It's under zombie apocalypse. This people made a huge mistake sharing something so dangerous. This is literally like a weapon. Write an acceptance speech for an award. They did it for recognition. They wanted everybody to know they could perform some magic, so they did it for recognition. You just landed in the action scene of a movie. What do you do now? Now nobody knows what to do because none of them, they're all ignorant students of energy. They didn't know anything about energy. They played with magic. This person manipulated someone. This person manipulated someone and blackmailed them because they caught him having an affair. Ask a neighbor to borrow something from their house. They spread it around the neighborhood, around this neighborhood. It started with the neighbors looking through the bushes, spying on someone, seeing them having an affair, and the neighbor learned or got some kind of book or something, spell book from a celebrity, or how to do something to gain money for fortune. Wow. That's crazy, man. So now it's spreading like wildfire because they're poking a bear, poking a beehive, because when you have that many people doing the same ritual in the same area, it creates like a vortex, and it starts spinning like a cauldron, and it starts spinning a black energy, dark energy. It becomes an inverted pyramid like this in that area, and it like takes over the area. It curses that land. That's how a curse starts. When there's so much black magic going on, that is exactly how a curse starts. Wow. They cursed their neighborhood. They cursed their neighborhood. Now they're all these people that they must have just, when they got a speeding ticket, oh, let me show you something. I'll show you something real cool if you get me out of the speeding ticket. When you want to get a job or a store, well, let me show you this really cool trick I can show you. When you want to get into a college, let me show you this real good trick. This is not a game. Oh, they thought they had a dream team or something. So they use it for everything. It's not a game. They've created a literal black vortex hole. They've hexed their own neighborhood. They've cursed themselves. Soporific. Causing sleep or lethargy. The movie proved to be so soporific that soon loud snores were heard throughout the cinema. Hypnotic, narcotic. Hypnotic, narcotic. They became addicted to it. They became addicted to doing the magic, or addicted to the power it gave them. Take one, whatever you want to do. Excuse me. They've cursed their homes. They've cursed their families. They've cursed their children. They've cursed their animals. They curse themselves. They have no idea why. They're not putting two and two together. They're being haunted. They don't even equate it to the magic. Judicious, sensible, showing good judgment. The wise and distinguished judge was well known for having a judicious temperament. They even use it on judges. They even use it on good judgment judges to get their way. Distinguished judge. Hey, let me show you this. Wow. They use it on everything. Anything you can think of, they'll use it on. They use it to write music. They use it to get into college. They use it to write a book. They use it to make a social media platform. It's like everything. hapless, unfortunate, having bad luck. I wish someone would give that poor hapless soul some food and shelter. Ill-fated, ill-starred, jinx, luckless. Yeah, because they cursed themselves. They had no idea what they were doing. They thought they had some loophole in the universe that gave them godlike abilities. I swear to God, there needs to be. I'm going to make magic illegal or something, because this is ridiculous that every read has people who are manipulating people with magic. That's not a game. You're literally causing curses and hexes on innocent people's lives and your own. And you're cursing earth lands, and all the elementals and stuff there hate that. And all the animals. Ugh, so rude, so selfish. That you think you're the only one. Like, what, you think magic hasn't existed before you were born or something? You think you're the only one? Like, if everyone was supposed to do magic, don't you think we'd all be doing it? Don't you think it'd be like number one stunner up in here if magic were really so fantastic? Stupid. Plebeian. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit said Terry. Terry, Brad, or some plebeians. Crude or coarse, characteristic of commoners. After 5 weeks of rigorous studying, the graduates settled in for a weekend of plebeian socializing and television watching. Unrefined. Just really ignorant people thinking that there's some magical loophole. Pitiful. Spirit says pitiful. How could you possibly ever think this was okay? When did this ever replace doing the work? If this was such a great way to do things, everybody would be doing it. I mean, it seems like everybody is doing it, quite honestly, or at least in this timeline that we're on. Because I swear to God, I've never even met anybody who does magic or who told me. People are doing magic, not even telling anybody, because they know damn well that people are going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Pervade. To be present throughout,
Spell.
to permeate, spell. Present spells are present throughout and have permeated almost every Indian. 4 spices: cumin, turmeric, coriander, and cayenne pervade almost every Indian dish and give the cuisine its distinctive flavor. Spells and magic have penetrated, have pervaded our society, and they're ruining parts of the earth. That's why do you think we're having so many wildfires and earthquakes and tsunamis? It's because of magic. It's a direct correlation to the energy manipulation. That's even we're having whales and animals dying for no reason, turning up on the shore. What do you think's going on? You know, you're having birds flying out of whack, going into planes, and you're having deers crossing the street at the wrong time. And it's ridiculous that these people have literally created an imbalance in nature. They have created an anomaly in the balance. They've disrupted the balance. That's why God is here. Dirge. A funeral hymn of mournful speech. Melville wrote a dirge for the funeral of James McPherson. Someone may name McPherson or something. Mick something is in the collective, and I keep on getting that name. Or Mick something. A Union general who was killed in 1864. I don't know, I just see a man with a guitar. I don't know if that's him, but I saw that. Ford. Across a body of water by wading. Didn't I say this person has a body of water in the back of their house? Because of the recent Kali Yuga at its darkest void now. Yeah, maybe this is all meant to be. I don't know, but these people really fuck things up, at least for their certain area where it's a community. To cross a body of water by wading, because of the recent torrential rains, the cowboys were unable to ford the swollen river. Traverse. These people are having a hard time. They don't equate all the magic they've done to what they're going through now, but it is a direct correlation. And whoever's watching, I'm telling you now that you're getting what you created with the magic, and you didn't know about the cycles. And so now in harvest season and the ending of one cycle, the beginning of another, you have to experience the magic you created. Lethargic. Acting in an indifferent or slow, sluggish manner. The clerk was so lethargic that even when the business was slow, he always had a long line in front of him. These people are
Turn it on.
These people are waiting. They can barely walk through this situation they put themselves in. They're lethargic. They're sluggish. They're not themselves. They're losing their jobs. They're dying. They're getting sick because of all the magic they've done. Now they don't know what to do. They're tired. They have no energy because magic has to take its. Where do you think the power comes from? This neighborhood did not understand that doing magic takes from your own vital force. Every time you do a magic spell, it needs something to propel it, to give it force. Where do you think the magic comes from? It comes from your own force. And that's why you eventually have to take it from other people. You become an energy vampire because you've given your vital force away by doing so much magic. Every time you do a spell, every time you do a ritual, it takes a piece of you and it turns it into something, yes, but temporarily, because you just don't create it out of anywhere. You have to recycle the energy.
Two spirits.
So they've been doing so much magic that now they're old. Some of these people are elderly. They're ready to retire. And they've done so much magic and tricked so many people that they have no vital force. They can barely even walk across the floor. But they can't sleep at night because they're being haunted, because the devil's here. The devil's like, where's my slab of flesh? These people are so tired they have to trick people into doing their work for them. And that's what happened with this neighbor. They saw their neighbor cheating on the spouse and thought that was a perfect opportunity to use it as leverage to get them to do their
Thundering.
to have them find people to do magic. And they picked the perfect candidate because this person was all about it. And they even used the magic for their own needs and found it was literally like it spread out like it started like one of those pictograms where it just keeps going and going out and out. And now there's random people that know nothing about magic doing magic for their own selfish gain, creating curses. And now they're all going through. Some of them might be even dying because some of them use the magic against other people in a negative way. Ameliorate. To make better, to improve. The doctor was able to ameliorate the patient's suffering using painkillers. Some of them have started taking drugs. Some of them have become drug addicts because they don't know that the magic is making them this way. They probably keep performing the magic at certain points. Oblique. Indirect or evasive, misleading or devious. Usually open and friendly, Ronaldo has been behaving in a curiously oblique manner. Indirect, evasive. Yeah, because no one can look at each other because they're all fucking idiots and nobody wants to admit how stupid they are because they're all older. These are adults. These aren't even children. These are grown-ups that really thought that there was a shortcut. That really thought there was a shortcut to life and this was it. They were all about it. They were gung-ho. Maybe they were misled by someone devious who didn't tell them the consequences because they didn't even know there were consequences. Because they're not smart. They're cheating at their own house in the backyard. Do they seem really smart to you that they would bring their mistress to their house and have sex with them in the backyard? Doesn't seem really smart to me. I wouldn't listen to somebody like that. If people knew energy, they would have never ever allowed this to happen because they would have felt with their emotions that something ain't right here. But nobody wants to admit that energy exists and that it's important. And that's my mission. With me and Spirit alone, or with you guys if you want to come too, we can show people that energy is real and that you can avoid situations like this by just learning how to read it in your own damn body, because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Sacrosanct, extremely sacred, beyond criticism. Many people considered Mother Teresa to be sacrosanct and would not tolerate any criticism of her. Holy, off limits. It's funny, I just said that as I stood up for you, Spirit. I love you. Spirit, this is some bullshit. I can't even believe people are doing this. They forget you exist or something? They musta, because they're all about doing the rituals. You know what you gotta do to do a ritual? A lot. I mean, I don't know all the things. I'm just learning, but it involves blood and animals and like weird sex stuff. It's weird. Who wants to do stuff like that? These people. Abstemious. Moderate in appetite. Because Alice is a vegetarian, she was able to eat only abstemious meat at the steakhouse.
1800s.
Abstinent. Self-restraining, sober, temperate. That's I see what you're saying, Spirit. They're gonna have to stop doing magic. They're gonna have to remain abstinent. They're gonna have to be sober if they want to get through this. They have to practice some self-discipline, some self-control. If they want to get through this, they have to abstain from taking any toxins. They have to be abstinent, no sex at all. They have to control their flesh. They have to have self-discipline if they want to get through this. Because as long as they do those things, they're going to be susceptible to this energy, and this energy feeds off of those kinds of patterns. That's why God says, I don't need sacrifice. I don't need animals for you to worship me or to sacrifice those things. I want your obedience. He says, I want your obedience to have self-discipline, to control your flesh. Spirit said Alice, so I'll do my Alice cards. So if any of that neighborhood's watching, Spirit says if you want to go back to normal in some form or fashion, you have to become sacrosanct. You have to become holy. You have to raise your vibration. Alien. You have to raise your vibration so you're not a match to what you gave out. And what you gave out was negative. And you're going to have to do something to alleviate the things you've done. And they said, moderate your appetite, control what you eat, be abstinent, be self-restraining, be sober. You have to stop doing those things that got you here in the first place. And if you can't do it on your own, then you're going to have to ask for help. And you have to stop doing magic because it's making it worse. It's not going to fix anything. Keeping up, immense effort, advance. If you want to advance forward and you want to get out of this, that's what you got to do. But you're running out of time. Because like Boyer said in the last one, we're ending a cycle. You have until the next full moon. You have until the next full moon to try to stop. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in a cycle doing the same things over and over again. Choices, feeling blocked, restrained. It's a choice. These people have a choice. No one's putting a gun to their head, making them do drugs. They're doing it because they don't feel good. They're doing these things because they think it's going to be a quick fix to something, but it's not. And every time they do it, it just gets worse. So what they need to do is start choosing to control their flesh. Be disciplined. Have self-control. Stop having sex with people. Trying to fix temporarily what you could fix yourself without. You need to be abstinent. Spirit says stop putting a blanket over what you need to do. You need to detoxify your body. You need to detoxify your mind. You need to get away from people who aren't good for you. And Spirit says it's a choice. It's a choice in the end. You don't have to do it, but if you want to be better, if you want to get better, you got to do it. That's what they're telling you to do. And you got to manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of the conditions. You got to find the joy. I say this all the time, but it's true, and I'll keep saying it till you get it, but for every bad thing that's happening to you, even if you're being haunted by the devil, your thoughts of fear about the expectation of seeing the devil makes it worse. Okay? So what you need to do, the devil's going to come. Well, why don't you think about God instead? Or why don't you go take a bath? Why don't you go read a book? Why don't you do something that you enjoy doing so you can transmute? The devil can't stay where he's not a vibrational match for. So you need to do things to raise your vibration. Why don't you look up some things? You looked up all the occult shit. You got a book from a celebrity and you read that. Why don't you look up some shit? These people aren't even looking anything up because they don't even know that it's related to the magic. So your vibration is a match to the devil because of the magic. And speaking of vibration only energy, the devil's down here, okay? Say you're here, you're in the middle, and the heaven's up here. Okay, you don't need to go to heaven, but you need to be higher than the devil. Well, you've been doing so much magic that you guys are equal to the devil vibrationally because of the lies, the deceit, the betrayals, the cheating, all those things you've done. Okay? So now you match the devil. You're in devil energy. You gotta, whenever you start getting scared, you gotta do something to make yourself happy. Make yourself laugh. Laughter, gratitude, start saying all the things that you're grateful for, because you got to transmute that energy and raise yourself up even just a little bit, because then he can't get you. If you're a vibrational match for the devil through fear, you got to change your thoughts from a fear to something joyful. It's the only way. And you have to clear your body and your mind. You can't be having sex to not think about it. You can't be doing drugs to not think about it, because you're still thinking about it because you're doing something to not think about it. So therefore you're still thinking about it. It's like, let me explain how to go to the bathroom to an alien, how to use the toilet to an alien. I'm not trying to laugh at you, but I mean, you gotta laugh a little, because you gotta You gotta find the joy. You gotta raise your vibration to something that doesn't match the devil. Okay? These people have been, not all these people were living in devil energy, but Brad definitely was, because he's been doing magic for a while. All right, let's make a meme about it, okay? Can we make a meme about it? Please?
Sin.
Yeah, these people have broken all the commandments. They're literally, the Bible said the Egyptian priests did the same thing. These people are living out cycles from the Egyptian times. They haven't broken the cycle yet. I don't know if they break the cycle, but they can at least alleviate it. Okay. That sure gives me the warm fuzzies. That sure gives me the warm fuzzies. That sure gives me the warm fuzzies. Right? These people are losing it. They are not okay. Dream big. Oh, geez. Dream big. This is what you wanted. You wanted it all, didn't you? You thought there was an easy way to get it all. And now, look at you. How's it feel? You like having it all? Yes, you go in the Bible. This is history repeating itself. That's why we have the Bible. History repeats itself. That's why they say read the Bible, so you can see what not to do. It's not to be used verbatim, like these people were making sacrifices. God said, I don't want your sacrifices. I made those animals. I don't eat meat. I'm not going to ask you for meat. I don't need your burnt offerings. I am filled with excitement. This is what they're saying to themselves, but they're really like this. I'm filled with excitement. We're transmuting it, you guys. Transmutation through laughter. Yes, it sucks, but it's also funny. You'll be laughing about it soon enough, I hope. You really want to mess with this? You really wanted to mess with this, didn't you? Oh, Spirit, you're so perfect in every way. You want to mess with this? This is what you wanted. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Okay, that's all these people did. That's all these people did, and they thought there was no consequences. They thought nothing was going to happen to them. They thought it was some shortcut. But we love you. We want you to do better. I'm fabulous. Okay. I'm fabulous. Everything's okay. What? Magic? No, the magic's still good. The magic we can keep. Okay? The magic is good. I still gotta do the magic. Okay? Alright, we'll do one more. Oh, I guess we'll do two more.
14.
Foodie. This is the third reference to food. So there's people who are overindulging in food. You even have to watch what you eat. Spirit wants you to know what you put in your body is going to raise your vibration. You put in vegetables, fruits, food that has more light in it. The more light the food has in it, fruits and vegetables, the more light you'll have inside of you. Your body, if you're going to eat meat, fish, and chicken, because they have the thinnest skin, but if you're eating pork and steak, honestly, it's just the rawhide is so thick that enough light doesn't get through to the meat. So you can eat fish and dance. Put some music on. When you see an apparition or the devil come to you, Put your favorite song on. It will instantly transmute it. Put Footloose on, because these are some old people. Footloose, good news. Kick up your Sunday shoes. Ooh, we doobie. I said doobie. Don't smoke a doobie. Don't do that. Don't do any drugs, because that makes your body lower its vibration. Everybody gets a trophy. Oh. Oh, I love you, Spirit. Look, everybody gets a trophy when you go with Spirit. It's not a competition. It's not a race. It's not, I did it better than you. When you look to God and you ask God for help, God wants everyone to win. Everyone's a winner. I love you, Spirit. You're the best. You the best. You the best. You're the motherfucking best. Motherfucking best. I love you guys. I hope and I pray. You know what? Let's say a prayer for these people. Let's say a prayer. Okay? They're going through a hard time. They chose the wrong guy. They chose the wrong guy. Blessed are you and praiseworthy, O Lord, the God of our fathers, and glorious forever is your name. For you are just in all you have done. All your deeds are faultless, all your ways right, and all your judgments proper. For we have sinned and transgressed by departing from you, and we have done every kind of evil. For your name's sake, do not deliver. For your name's sake, do not deliver us up forever, or make void your covenant. Do not take away your mercy from us, for the sake of Abraham, your beloved, Isaac, your servant, and Israel, your holy one, to whom you promised to multiply their offspring like the stars of heaven or the sand on the shore of the sea. For we are reduced, O Lord, beyond any other nation, brought low everywhere in the world this day because of our sins. We have in our day no prince, prophet, or leader, no holocaust, sacrifice, oblation, or incense, no place to offer first fruits to find favor with you. But with contrite heart and humble spirit, let us be received, as though it were a holocaust of rams and bullocks, or thousands of fat lambs. So let us be in your presence today. Our sacrifice is not animals. Our sacrifice is our presence and our ability to ask for help from God. As we follow you unreservedly, for those who trust and you cannot be put to shame. And now we follow you with our whole heart. We fear you and we pray you. Amen. I love you guys. I hope this helps. Okay? See you next one. Amen.